The Kozuki family is a formerly powerful family that once ruled over Wano Country until their downfall 20 years ago. The family has existed for centuries, in which they invented the poneglyphs and became friends with the people of the Mokomo Dukedom. The crest of the Kozuki family depicts a crane-like bird with a glowing orb in its chest and spread wings. The Kozuki family was a clan of master craftsmen, specializing in stone masonry. The earliest known ancestors created the poneglyphs during the end of the Void Century. Kozuki family was once a powerful family with strong subordinates such as Fukuro Kyuju, Kurozumai Orochi, Mountain God, Koyama, and are allied to Mokomo Dukedom, Ninja Pirate Mink Samurai Alliance. We will discuss about the Kozuki family members and retainers in detail. Starting with the retainers, we have Izo. Izo. Before becoming a member of the Whitebeard Pirates, he was a former resident of Wano Country, and the heir of his father's dancing school, Hanayanagi School in Ringo. Like Kiku, he was also associated with the Kozuki family, namely Kozuki Oden, and was one of his retainers. Izo was the commander of the 16th Division of the Whitebeard Pirates. Izo is a cross-dressing man who wears a pink and purple kimono. He has a pale complexion and hair tied in a way resembling that of a geisha. Izo was loyal and very close to Kozuki Oden after he found both him and his younger sibling Kikunoho on the streets of Ringo dirted and hungry. Even 20 years after Oden's death, Izo is still very loyal to him, having returned to Wano in order to take revenge on Orokai and Kaido. He is seen wielding a pair of flintlock pistols and is apparently very adept with them, especially in close quarters combat. With a single shot, he was able to break a sword in half as well as injure its owner by shooting it just moments before it slashed him. During his time in Wano Country, he is seen wielding a sword in order to assist Oden to fight against Ashiradaji. Next retainer of Kozuki family is Jabuman. Jabuman is a former retainer from Kibi serving under the Kozuki shogunate. As a Hatamoto, he directly served under the former shogun, Kozuki Sukiyaki. Jabuman highly treasures loyalty, as he continued to remain faithful to the Kozuki family. After the invasion of Kaido and the downfall of the Kozuki family, Jabuman was one of the witnesses who saw the burning of Oden Castle and Kozuki Toki's prophecies about the downfall of Kurozumai Orochi and the opening of Wano Country's borders. Believing Toki's words, he searched for the remains of the 9 red scabbards at the burned castle. Having found none, he waited patiently for 20 years. Having waited 20 years for their return and readily offered his aid in opposing Kurozumai Orochi. As a samurai, Jabuman had combat abilities that would have enabled him to protect the shogun. However, it is unknown if he is still capable of fighting after all these years. Next retainer of Kozuki family is Shinobu. Shinobu is a kunoichi from Wano Country and a retainer of the Kozuki family, having once served in the Onue Banju of the Kozuki shogunate and trained under Kinemon as his protege. Shinobu takes great pride in her former beauty, and she is offended when someone looks down on her beauty and compares her to her younger appearance. She also seems to panic easily and said that she is afraid of sharp objects. However, she apparently did not have a fear of sharp objects 20 years ago, as she did carry a sword and used throwing kunaus. She is extremely serious when it comes to overthrowing Orochi, as she became frustrated when Kinemon's plans began falling apart. When suspecting that the captured heart pirates were responsible for leaking the plans, she went as far as to say that the captured should be silenced. Shinobu is a veteran kunoichi with a high degree of knowledge about stealth, espionage, and escape techniques. She possesses excellent reflexes and is agile enough to run on walls. According to her, she excels in the art of bewitchment. As a veteran kunoichi, Shinobu is highly skilled in ninjutsu, stealth, and infiltration techniques. She easily defeated Hanzo of the Orochi Oniwan Banju and also snuck into Orochi's castle. Shinobu has the ability to make anything she touches rapidly mature and rot. As other residents of Wano, she is unaware of the existence of devil fruit, and calls her abilities jutsu, and calls her techniques sexy ninpo. Next, are a group of 9 extremely powerful men serving Odin as retainers, the 9 Red Scabbards. 20 years ago, after Kurozumai Orochi and Kaido imprisoned Hyogoro and killed his wife and several family members, the latest of a series of heinous acts Orochi did while he occupied the shogun position in Wano Country, Kozuki Odin gathered his retainers for retribution. The shadow the 10 samurai cast from the setting sun gave the retainers the name of the 9 Red Scabbards. The 9 Red Scabbards are a squad of 9 retainers of the Kozuki family who served Kozuki Odin. They are led by their captain, Kinemon. The 9 Red Scabbards consist of 9 powerful samurai who all served Kozuki Odin as his retainers and as his strongest followers, as 3 of the members were described to be worth 100 men in battle. We will discuss about all the members of the 9 Red Scabbards in details. Starting with the leader of the 9 Red Scabbards, Kinemon. Foxfire Kinemon is a samurai from Wano Country, a retainer of the Kozuki family, the leader of the 9 Red Scabbards, the husband of Tsuru, and a former thug. He posed as Momonosuke's father during the journey to Zo. He was born 56 years before the present day, but traveled 20 years forward in time when he was 36 years old. Kinemon seems to follow the code of Bushido, claiming he would commit suicide if he could, for the disgrace of being dismembered without dying. He still tried to maintain his pride, even after being completely dismembered. Like Momonosuke, Kinemon is very stubborn, constantly refusing the help of others and claiming he does not need it. Kinemon has extreme amount of superhuman strength as he can easily cut through a thick steel door and break handcuff chains. With his haki-imbued swords, Kinemon could slow down the contraction speed of Doflamingo's birdcage. Kinemon specializes in a sword style he calls Kitsune-Biryu. He is somehow capable of generating, attacking with, and cutting fire with one of his swords. Kinemon ate the Fuku no Mi, a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows him to transform objects placed on a person's heads into various kinds of clothing, which disappear once removed. Kinemon has shown the ability to use Kanbunshoku Haki and Busashoku Haki, known in Wano as Ryu. Next, member of the 9 Red Scabbards is Denjiro. Denjiro is a samurai from Wano Country who is one of the 9 Red Scabbards, who served as Kozuki Odin's retainers. After becoming grief-stricken over Odin's execution 20 years ago, Denjiro changed his appearance and started going under the name Kyosuhiro. With this new identity, he became a Yakuza boss and recruited followers to form the Kyosuhiro family. Eventually, he started working for Odin's usurper, Shogun Kurozumai Orochi, as his money changer and bodyguard. He would successfully keep his true allegiance to the Kozuki family a secret and bide his time until the day would come of the Scabbards reuniting for the final battle to take down Orochi and Kaido. Apart from his Kyosuhiro identity, Denjiro would disguise himself at night to rob the rich flower capital citizens and give to the poor living outside, earning him the moniker Ushimitsu Kozo. He also took care of Odin's daughter Kozuki Hiri for the past 13 years, raising her to become the Warren Komurasaki. When he was young, he took pride in his abilities to manipulate people and get what he wants. He was a fan of Kozuki Odin even before becoming his retainer, and held him in high regard for his bold actions. As a member of the 9 Red Scabbards, Denjiro is a formidable, powerful samurai whom Kinemon states is worth 100 men in battle. Along with the other Scabbards and Odin, he engaged in a long battle with the Beast's pirates, and at one point fought Kaido with Ashura Daji and survived. As the boss of the Kyosuhiro family and one of the highest-ranking subordinates of the Kurozumai family, Denjiro is one of the wealthiest, most influential citizens of the flower capital, able to hire high-ranking geisha dancers to perform for him. He had enough wealth to sponsor and groom Hiri into the highest-ranking Warren in Wano. As a Yakuza boss, Denjiro commands strong henchmen who can extort businesses for money. Thanks to his connections within Wano's government, Denjiro is able to strengthen his group further by requesting assistance from his allies, particularly the Yonko-led Beast's pirates, who appear to treat him quite respectfully, as page 1 referred to him as Boss Kyosuhiro. Denjiro possesses immense physical strength, being able to clash with Roronoa Zoro in terms of physical power. When he first walked into the flower capital as Kyo's hero, he easily beat aside two men who confronted him, and his display of strength impressed other men to become his followers. Denjiro is extremely agile, as shown when he is able to run and leap across rooftops when robbing houses at night as Ushimitsu Kozo. Next, member of the 9 Red Scabbards is Kikonoho of the Lingering Snow. Kikonoho of the Lingering Snow is a samurai from Wano Country and a retainer for the Kozuki family, serving as one of Kozuki Oden's 9 Red Scabbards. She is also the younger sister of Izo, and the daughter of the dancing school head of the Hanayanagi school in Ringo. After traveling 20 years forward in time, she donned the alias Okiku and worked as a tea house poster girl in Okabor town. Kikonoho identifies herself as a woman at heart, and thus presents herself in a traditionally feminine manner. She is a very upbeat and friendly person. To friends, she is helpful and nurturing, as seen when she treated Zoro's injuries and tended to Tama when she was being healed of her poisoning. As a samurai and a member of the 9 Red Scabbards, Kikonoho is an extremely skilled swordswoman. Her strength was acknowledged by Orochi himself. Kikonoho wields a katana with expert precision, as she was capable of swiftly cutting off Urashima's top knot and fought against several gifters and samurai effortlessly. Next, member of the 9 Red Scabbards is Kurozumai Kanjuro, nicknamed Evening Shower Kanjuro, is a samurai from Wano and member of the Kurozumai family. After losing his parents, he was instructed by Kurozumai Orochi to operate undercover within the Kozuki family. Kanjuro became Kozuki Oden's retainer and one of the 9 Red Scabbards while secretly aiding Orochi in his rise to power and efforts to eliminate the Kozuki bloodline, by feeding him information. Kanjuro's appearance matches the stereotype of a traditional kabuki performer. According to Orochi, due to Kanjuro being raised in the theater, his main purpose in life is to act as someone else. Due to his parents dying during the persecution of his family, Kanjuro wishes to avenge them and then die. Kanjuro has thus played the role of a loyal retainer to the Kozuki family so that he would eventually be killed with them. Kanjuro has immense strength, able to easily carry around and use his giant ink brush without tiring, as well as clash with Kawamatsu, an extremely powerful fishman in terms of physical power. While imbuing his brush with haki, Kanjuro was able to push back and significantly slowed down the contraction speed of Doflamingo's birdcage. During his journey through Onigashima, he took down several members of the Beast's pirates with no effort. Kanjuro ate a paramecia-type devil fruit that allows him to produce ink from his body, being able to channel it through his ink brush or hair. The ink appears to have special properties, as Kanjuro can turn anything he draws into a three-dimensional object, including living organisms, by saying appear. Creations have the same abilities as the original, such as a bird's ability to fly, or food being edible. He can also affect his own body, as he hid inside a wall as a drawing to avoid detection. The fruit's powers also work in reverse, causing the drawing to revert to its inanimate 2D form if it comes in contact with a flat surface. Kanjuro can also order the drawing to return to its inanimate form. Next, member of the 9 Red Scabbards is Reizo. Reizo of the Mist is a ninja from Wano Country, a comrade of Kinemon and Kanjuro, a retainer of the Kozuki family, and a former member of the Kozuki family on Iwaibanju. He is also a member of the 9 Red Scabbards. Reizo is a reserved individual who takes his profession as a ninja very seriously. He does not like it when people talk about ninja, such as himself, in a joking manner, and can become very emotional about it, but he will gladly demonstrate his skills if coerced enough. A testament of his ninjutsu skills in stealth is that Reizo is able to infiltrate the prison in Udon and got close enough to speak to an imprisoned Luffy without the Beast's pirates knowing. Reizo has incredible skills in shurikenjutsu, throwing multiple shurikens with perfect precision. As one of Wano's greatest ninjas, Reizo is an extremely powerful master of ninjutsu, being referred as a genius ninja during his youth. His strength is acknowledged by Orochi himself and is noted to rival even Fukuro Kyuju, the leader of the Orochi Oniwanbanchu. He has several versatile skills such as disappearing in a cloud of smoke, making clones of himself, and throwing shuriken with expert precision. Next, member of the 9 Red Scabbards is Ashura Daji. Ashura Daji is a retainer of the Kozuki family as one of the 9 Red Scabbards once led by Kozuki Oden. After Oden's death he returned to being a criminal under the name Shuten Maru, assuming leadership of the MT. Atama thieves? He initially severed his ties with the Kozuki family in the present but rejoined after witnessing Yasui's death. Ashura was once a dangerous outlaw who was extremely violent in the past. He claimed that he hated people with wealthy status. After being defeated by Kozuki Oden, who chose to spare his life and offered him a chance to live a peaceful life by rebuilding Kuri, Ashura became one of his most loyal followers out of immense gratitude. He and the other 9 Red Scabbards attempted to steal money from Shimatsuki Yasui in order to support Oden. Combat-wise, Ashura Daji is extremely powerful, as he was once feared as the strongest monster of Kuri, the most dangerous villain frequenting said Wano province in its era of chaos until he was defeated by Oden 4 decades ago, the latter taking a whole night to take down both Ashura and his thief comrades. Even more, in the last 20 years, Ashura claims to have become stronger. Being hailed as the strongest outlaw of Kuri during his youth, Ashura can apply tremendous physical strength to his swordsmanship, able to clash with Jack, one of the 3 disasters of the Beast Pirates, and even gave the latter a massive wound across his chest. Despite his large build, Ashura is extremely fast, being capable of charging towards Jack in an instant. Ashura also possesses a great amount of endurance, as he was seemingly unaffected when Jack cut him on the shoulder. Ashura is a master swordsman and one of the most powerful samurai in Wano. With one slash, he was able to give Jack a large cut across his chest and break one of his shotel blades. He then proceeded to fight evenly with Kaido's right-hand man in what spectators considered to be a high-level duel. Next, member of the 9 Red Scabbards is Inuarashi. Duke Inuarashi is a canine mink and one of the 2 rulers of the Mokomo Dukedom, dubbed the ruler of day as he rules over the Mokomo Dukedom from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. He and Nekomamushi serve as retainers for the Kozuki family of Wano Country, as members of the 9 Red Scabbards. Alongside Nekomamushi, he was once a member of the Whitebeard Pirates and Roger Pirates, serving under Kozuki Oden. Pedro has claimed he and Nekomamushi must not be allowed to die because the world is waiting for them. Inuarashi is a kind, noble, and humble mink who is deeply loved and respected by his people due to his great benevolence. He was eager to meet the Straw Hat Pirates after they saved the mink tribe, indicating a grateful personality, and he downplayed his strength when he was complimented by Luffy. Inuarashi has full authority over the entirety of the Inuarashi Musketeer squad, to the point of having control of the combat force delegated to Shishilian and the other 2 members of the 3 Musketeers, who take their orders directly from him. According to Wanda, he is the country's strongest warrior and fought evenly against Jack, the right-hand man of the Yonko Kaido with a belly 1 billion bounty, before the latter poisoned him with Caesar Clown's Koro gas. Alongside Nekomamushi, Inuarashi is one of the 2 strongest minks of the Mokomo Dukedom. He possesses immense physical strength, durability, and endurance, having stopped Jack's enormous trunk, which had destroyed several buildings in a single swing moments before, with one hand while only becoming slightly wounded from doing so. Like all minks, he can use electro. As the leader of the Musketeers squad, Inuarashi has an extremely high level of skill in swordsmanship. Inuarashi wields a rapier, which he can channel electro through. While dueling Ashura Daji, he wielded a katana. Inuarashi possesses the ability to use Busashoku and Kanbunshoku haki. Next, member of the 9 Red Scabbards is Nekomamushi. Master Nekomamushi is a feline mink and the guardian of the whale forest Anzo, dubbed the ruler of night as he rules over the Mokomo Dukedom from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. He and Inuarashi serve as retainers for the Kozuki family of Wano Country, as members of the 9 Red Scabbards. Alongside Inuarashi, he was once a member of the Whitebeard Pirates and Roger Pirates, serving under Kozuki Oden. Pedro has claimed that he and Inuarashi must not be allowed to die because the world is waiting for them. Nekomamushi takes great pride in his status as one of the Mokomo Dukedom's rulers alongside Inuarashi, having proclaimed the country to be his when the night came during his first encounter with Jack. Unlike his former friend Inuarashi, Nekomamushi is aggressive and merciless. Inuarashi has described him as an obstinate and stubborn imbecile, comparing him to Jack himself, and he is completely willing to damage the historical Mokomo Dukedom while fighting, referring to doing so as a minor detail. Nekomamushi is equal in power to his daytime counterpart and former friend Inuarashi, causing all of their battles to end in stalemates. This was proven when he fought evenly against Jack, the right-hand man of the Yonko Kaido with a belly 1 billion bounty, before the latter poisoned him with Caesar Clown's Koro gas. Noted as one of the two strongest minks of the Mokomo Dukedom, Nekomamushi possesses immense physical strength, demonstrated when he easily flipped Jack over and slammed him into the ground in his mammoth form, and despite his large size, Nekomamushi is also extremely fast, having traveled from the whale forest to Kara City in a matter of seconds. Nekomamushi wields a staff resembling a Jumanji Yuri with a fire-shaped blade on each end, which he can channel electro through. When he arrived at Wano, his lost left hand had been replaced with a double-barreled gun. Next, member of the 9 Red Scabbards is Kawamatsu. Kawamatsu the Kappa is a Japanese puffer fishman who is a Yokozuna rank sumo wrestler. As a child, he was shipwrecked in Wano and orphaned soon afterwards. After Kozuki Oden rescued him from citizens ostracizing him, he went on to serve as one of Oden's 9 Red Scabbards until Oden's death 20 years ago. Kawamatsu would go on to be imprisoned by the Beast's pirates for 13 years until he was ultimately freed by Monkey D. Luffy, and he reunited with the 9 Red Scabbards to fight Kurozumi Orokai and Kaido and avenge Oden. Kawamatsu is an extremely kind and caring person, as shown by his care for Kozuki Hiri and his efforts to make her laugh after the trauma she went through. When one of the Beast's pirates attempted to attack Luffy, Kawamatsu silently aided him by attacking his attacker with a fish bone. His compassion is best shown when he encountered an impoverished Animaru and fed him with his limited amount of food, despite there being barely enough for himself. Due to his mother insisting that he plays a kappa in order to protect himself from the Wano Country citizens, he takes the role quite seriously, never introducing himself as a fishman but as a kappa. As one of the 9 Red Scabbards, Kinemon considers Kawamatsu, alongside Denjiro and Ashiradaji, to have been one of Oden's most powerful followers, being worth 100 men in battle. As a fishman, Kawamatsu is a fast digger and swimmer, which enabled him to sneak Hiri out of Oden Castle. Kawamatsu possesses tremendous physical power as he is stated to be the strongest sumo wrestler in Wano. Shortly after being released, Kawamatsu overpowered multiple members of the Beast Pirates with great ease. As one of the most powerful samurai in Wano, Kawamatsu is an extremely skilled swordsman and wields a shirasaya named Soto Muzo. Reizo states that his skill has not waned at all even after 13 years of imprisonment. He calls his personal style the Kapparyu, which is a strong blade swordsmanship incorporating his powerful fishman strength and sumo skills to create rushing attacks that overpower large numbers of opponents with sheer force akin to raging waves. Kawamatsu is masterful in Busashoku Haki, which is called Ryo in Wano. Next, is the Oden's family. The Kozuki Oden's family is a powerful family that once ruled over Wano Country. Members of Oden's family are: starting with former shogun Kozuki Sukiyaki. Kozuki Sukiyaki was the former shogun of Wano Country, the father of the daimyo of Kuri, Kozuki Oden, and the grandfather of Kozuki Momonosuke and Kozuki Hiri. Sukiyaki appeared to be a fair ruler, as he was willing to disown and exile his own son, Oden, for his violence. Shimatsuki Yasui believed this was simply a sign of Sukiyaki's tough love for his son and a way to get him to mend his ways. He appeared to be exhausted by and ashamed of his son's violent actions, calling them demonic. Sukiyaki also seemed to appreciate order, as while he was not bold enough to attempt to establish order in Kuri himself due to how violent it was, he rewarded Odin with the title of daimyo when he brought peace to the lawless region. As shogun of Wano, Sukiyaki had full control over the country until his rule ended. He was capable of bestowing positions of authority onto others, as shown when he made his son, Odin, the daimyo of Kuri. As a member of the Kozuki family, Sukiyaki was a philologist who inherited his ancestors' skills and knowledge to read the poneglyphs and write its language, which he passed on to his son. Next member of Odin's family is Kozuki Odin. Kozuki Odin was the daimyo of Kuri in Wano Country and the son of the former shogun Kozuki Sukiyaki, being a member of the Kozuki family. He was the husband of Kozuki Toki and the father of Momonosuke and Hiyori. Additionally, he was the leader of a group of legendary and powerful samurai known as the Nine Red Scabbards, with all of them serving as his retainers and most trusted allies. For 5 years of his life, Odin set out to sea and became a pirate, serving as the 2nd Division commander of the Whitebeard Pirates and later becoming a member of the Roger Pirates. After finding Joy Boy's treasure on Laugh-Tale, Odin journeyed home and made it his goal to open Wano's borders to the world by finally taking his father's place as shogun. However, he met opposition from his usurper Kurozumi Orochi and pirate Kaido, who executed him 20 years before the present. Odin was an extremely brash, confident, and self-willed man. This motivated him to commit outrageous and violent actions for his own benefit during his youth and adolescence, such as burning down the Yakuza casino after being banned from it and kidnapping women at night to form a harem in the mountains. Overall, Odin was known for getting into a significant number of violent fights, and he cared little for the consequences of his actions, as he gladly stood his ground against the Yakuza and the loved ones of the women when fighting broke out as a result of the 2 aforementioned incidents. As daimyo of Kuri, Odin had a large amount of power and influence over the region before his death. He also had the ability to hear the voice of all things, which his son also inherited. Being a former member of both the Whitebeard Pirates, as a former division commander, and the Roger Pirates, Odin was regarded as being a tremendously powerful pirate with a great level of influence in both crews. His influence even extends toward the members of the Mink tribe Onzo, with the leaders Inuarashi and Nekomamushi being members of the Nine Red Scabbards. As a descendant of the Kozuki family, Odin also inherited from his ancestors the knowledge and skill to read poneglyphs and write its ancient language. Odin had tremendous physical strength since infancy, during which he flung his wet nurse across the room. By age 2, he could catch rabbits with his bare hands, and at age 4, he killed a bear by throwing a boulder at it. At adulthood, Odin could carry a giant koi carp which he caught at sea by himself and exerted enough physical power in his swordsmanship to clash with Whitebeard's Mito Murakomagari. To match his tremendous strength, Odin also had astounding tolerance to pain, as he could hold a hot pot with his bare hands. He had immense stamina and endurance, as he was able to fight against the criminals and Ronin of Kuri joined led by Ashura Daji for an entire night alone with multiple wounds such as arrows sticking out of his body, yet still came out victorious. As a testament to his monstrous strength and endurance, Odin was able to hold up all 9 of his retainers, each who are very large, on a thick wooden plank while his lower half was submerged for an extended period of time in a large pot of boiling oil, which killed an average man in seconds despite getting out. He survived being boiled alive in oil while the temperature continued to increase to over 700 degrees of heat for almost over an hour, a feat no one has managed before, which impressed even Kaido. Despite being near death, Odin could still muster the strength to throw all 9 of his retainers a great distance away from the execution site. However, it appeared that Odin reached his limit from this, as Kaido noted that his body was dead. Odin was an extremely powerful master samurai, having developed his own variation of Nitoryu, which Odin himself referred as Odin Nitoryu. He had immense prowess and ambidexterity in dual-wielding the legendary Mito, Inma, and Aim no Habakiri. Due to his adventures with the Whitebeard and Roger Pirates, he was stated to have grown stronger than before to where he was the only individual to wound the nigh invulnerable Kaido in his mythical Zoan dragon form, causing him to fall to the ground and be permanently scarred. Next member of Oden's family is Kozuki Toki. Kozuki Toki, née Amatsuki, was the wife of the daimyo of Kuri, Kozuki Oden, and the mother of Momonosuke and Hiyori. She was born around 830 years before the present day. By the time she was 26 years old, she jumped forward in time with her devil fruit ability and arrived to 30 years before the present, when she met Oden and stayed with him for 10 years, until he was executed and she was killed during the destruction of Oden Castle. Toki was a friendly and caring woman, as she took care of Oden when he washed ashore on the island she was on to repay him for scaring away human traffickers. When she came to 30 years before the present, she showed an excited attitude at going to Wano. After she married Oden, Oden's retainers came to possess tremendous respect for her. She was also humble as she worked with the citizens of Kuri and never boasted about being the wife of a daimyo. Toki ate the Toki no Mi, a paramecia-type devil fruit that enabled her to send herself and others forward in time. Toki carried a katana, however, it is unclear if she had any swordsmanship skill. Next member of Oden's family is Kozuki Hiyori. Kozuki Hiyori is the daughter of Kozuki Oden and Kozuki Toki. She was originally Kozuki Momonosuke's younger sister, but, with him having been sent into the future, has become older than him. To hide her identity, Hiyori became known as Komurasaki, working as an Warin of the Tei rank, the highest of all. Hiyori is a very proud woman, unwilling to back down or show vulnerability in front of others. She claims that this is due to being a daughter of a samurai. This is true even in the face of authority, being unafraid of standing up to and even attacking the shogun Kurozumai Orochi despite the heavy consequences. Hiyori seems to have great balance and leg strength to walk with extremely tall Geta sandals without any strain, although she did have to put her hand on her guard to do so. She also owned a fair amount of arm strength, as she slapped the extremely large Orochi with enough force to leave a mark. Hiyori has shown to be an extremely crafty manipulator, using her beauty in conjunction with superior acting skills to deceive some corrupt men into giving her all their wealth. With Denjiro's assistance, she was able to fool Orochi and all those who attended the banquet into believing that she died by carrying fake blood packs. Ever since she was a child, she practiced playing the shamisen, and continued to do so during her training as a geisha, proving herself to be an extremely talented musician. Hiyori possesses some degree of medical skill, as she was able to treat Zoro's large shoulder wound. Next member of Oden's family is Kozuki Momonosuke. Kozuki Momonosuke is an inhabitant of Wano Country and the son of the late daimyo of the Kuri region and patriarch of the Kozuki family, Kozuki Oden. He was born 28 years before the present day, but traveled 20 years forward in time when he was 8 years old. Due to his upbringing as a samurai, Momonosuke has a prideful and stubborn personality, as he was unwilling to communicate with the other kidnapped children. He also refused to eat any of the food or candy they offered him. Ironically, this attitude is what prevented him from getting poisoned by NHC-10. Despite his pride, he also cried when he thought Kinemon had died. As the heir of the Kozuki family, Momonosuke has authority over its retainers, the 9 Red Scabbards. Due to this, he is one of the main leaders of the Ninja Pirate Mink Samurai Alliance, which would not have formed without him requesting Luffy and Law's assistance as their equal. Momonosuke had learned basic swordsmanship from his father at very young age. Although Momonosuke has been seen in possession of swords, he has not been seen wielding them in an actual fight. Therefore, his level of skill in wielding them is unknown. After their return to Wano, he is seen practicing in his swordsmanship on different occasions, but he still did not see himself as worthy enough to wield Aim no Habakiri. Momonosuke possesses the ability to use Kanbunshoku Haki. Momonosuke ate Vegapunk's man-made mythical Zoan-type devil fruit that was considered a failure. It transformed him into a serpentine dragon which allows him to seemingly fly when in actuality he somehow produced clouds that he was able to grab onto and climbed up that way. However, as he has only eaten this fruit recently, he does not seem to have much control over it yet, and in fact, transformed unwillingly into his full animal form shortly after consuming the fruit.